Hi everyone, this is Talty and this is going to be a new polymer clay basics video. This video is going to be about gluing your polymer clay work to several findings that I have to show you. This video was requested by Diana on Facebook and I'm going to begin with this example. I have a mica shift butterfly right here. This is already finished. I already added the glaze to it. You can opt to do it later, and I want to glue it to this veil. I really like these veils. I bought these on eBay, and what I like about them is that they have some sort of texture right here. That texture allows the glue to bond better with the metal, so I'm going to do the same thing on the polymer clay. I like to make the back of my charms and everything I do as pretty as possible. I know that a lot of people won't care or won't even look at it, but I like to make sure that everything I do is well finished, well presented, and looks professional. I don't want any part of it to look like it was rushed. So what I like to do is I actually like to scratch the surface with my blade, with an old blade that doesn't have a lot of edge. Or you can also do it with some coarse sandpaper. Just cause some scratches where you think or you know or where you measured that the veil will be. The scratches really allow the glue to get in there and sort of hang to the surface better. That's how I prepare these. To prepare earrings, I actually like to put them on a styrofoam board, just like this, pretty easy and simple. I like to simply poke them right here, and I do the same thing, scratching the surface. Sometimes these studs have a little bit of oil, so I like to wipe them to remove the grease. If they are very greasy or very dirty, you may want to wipe them with some regular alcohol. The base allows me to move them around and do a lot of them, and so that they don't roll around while they are drying. This is really helpful in my opinion, especially when you have something that has a rounded surface and tends to move around. You may also want to scratch the back of your earring. As for rings, I have several examples right here. I prefer to use the ones that have a flat surface like this. I think that the polymer clay sticks much better to this. Since this one has holes and it's also a little bit more curved, it's more difficult to glue the polymer clay to your work. You may do better if you construct your work straight into this. Like many other polymer clay artists, I prefer to use E6000. Make sure to use this in a well-ventilated area. It's quite smelly, but it's very easy to use. Here are the instructions. You should be able to find this I find it in my jewelry supply store, but they are also available on eBay. This glue always forms a sort of glue cap right here, so I like to remove this before I begin because this glue has been dried a little bit. I remove this. Make sure you have some napkins to wipe and clean any accidents, and the glue starts coming out right away. So I like to take a small dollop with any tool that you may have. You don't need to use this. You can also use a toothpick. And I'm going to put a small layer on the earring. And press the polymer clay, trying to keep it centered. And that's just about it. It's quite easy. And having them all in a line like this helps me make this a lot faster. If you can find the E16, you can use also super glue. Just make sure to test it before you make a large batch. Otherwise, you may end up ruining your polymer clay or your earrings. You always want to make sure that everything you use with polymer clay is compatible. And also try to test how long this glue lasts, or whatever glue you use lasts. I have been using earrings I made with this glue well, I glued with this glue for years, and I pull on them, and I am not gentle. I am not gentle when I make something for myself, because I need to test how strong everything is, so I make sure that everything lasts for a really long time for my customers or gifts I make for my friends. I do the same thing when I make a pendant. Put a small dollop on the veil. I'm going to make a different video about veils, and of course just try to center it. Press slightly and just let it dry. I like to let the glue dry for at least 24 hours to make sure that the bond is really strong. I once shipped something after just like 6 hours of drying, and it actually glued on the mail. It was quite embarrassing. I hope this was useful. Let me know what other tutorials I can make for you. Feel free to request them. So this is part of the polymer clay basics that I have been uploading lately. Expect a new video tomorrow. This is Talty, and I will see you later. Bye bye!